Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back with a new video of HTML course for beginners from basic to advanced. In today's video, we are going to learn about the other tags. The first two tags are a subscript and superscript. Everybody knows what is a subscript and superscript. If you are going to write something at the end of the first letter, then that is called as a subscript. If you are going to raise it to the top of the letter, then it is called as superscript. So in order to write a subscript and superscript, you have to display it. For the subscript, you have sub tag. In order to display superscript, you have sup tag. So these are the two tags which are used to display the horizontal rulers from the content. Next, you have preserve formatting used to display the text as it is. That is, it is not going to avoid all the spaces and line breaks that are there for a particular paragraph or for a particular content. For example, if you have added some space over here and after that, after writing two letters and I have added some more space over here. So if you're going to write this in a normal way, that is in the normal paragraph, you are going to encounter that it is just going to avoid these lines and the spaces that are there, and it is going to give you in a proper sentence as this is a pre-tag. But since you have used the pre-tag here, it is going to preserve the format that you have written. That is, all the line spaces, line breaks, the spaces that are there, everything will be preserved as you have entered in it. Let these three tags in the Visual Studio Code. So this is how you can write your superscript, and this is how you can write the subscript. Now let us see the preserve form. First, I'll just write a paragraph here. This is pre-tag. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave one line break, two line break, and certain spaces here. Some space, I'll save it. Now you can see that if I have written it in the p tag with the line breaks and the spaces, it is avoiding all the line breaks and the spaces. Now in the same way, if I'm going to add the pre tag for this paragraph. Okay, I'm sorry. Add it here, cut this, paste it here. Now, if you see this, you can see the line breaks and the space that is being given here. If you want to see the line breaks, I'll just add a horizontal line here so that the differentiation can be seen. Now we can see that there is a line gap, there are two line gaps and the space that is being provided. So this is how you can preserve the format which you want. If you want to preserve certain format for your page, you can use just the pre-tag. The next content that we are going to see are the attribute. Attribute, usually it is certain extra information of a particular tag that you are going to write. So used to define the characteristics of an HTML element. Attributes are placed inside an element's opening tag. Point to be kept in mind. All attributes are made up of two parts. One is the name and the value. Remember, the attributes are the extra informations that are given to a particular element to behave. For example, if I have a paragraph with hi, and this paragraph should be in the center. So if I want to give certain extra information for this paragraph or to align itself in the center, then I'm going to add that particular attribute here in the opening tag of that particular element. So in order to add align, so I'll just tell align is equals to center. So this is the name and this is the value. So always an attribute comes with a name and a value pair. And always it is written in the opening tag of an element, and it is certain extra information for that particular element to be. Or you can also say that it is the characteristic used to define an HTML element. There are four core attributes. One is the ID, class, style, and title. ID, class, style, these are all used in your CSS, and title we can see in certain tags. Certain tags are going to use this title attribute. Apart from these attributes, there are many general attributes which are related to a particular tag itself. As and when we are going to encounter them, we are just going to learn it over there with those tags. Okay. Generic attributes, what is align? BG color means the background color. You can set certain background color. Background means you can set certain photos or the background images for your page. Next is you have a title attribute. Certain types use this title attribute. And then is the height and the weight. Based on the types, there are other attributes also for it. Okay. Now, if we are going to see how to add the background color or the background content for your HTML page, for this HTML page, I'm going to use the BG color attribute. That is how to add the color. BG color is equals to red. Now you can see that the complete background is being colored in red. If you can see, let us see this in the live server. This is how you can add certain background color to your page. Next, let us see what about background image. How to add a background image. Background. So here you are going to add the location of the image, or you can also add, if you are taking it from online, you can also add the address of the image. Let's see how to add the background image from the local photos, or local images can also be used as your background images. Let us see. I have thumbnails over here. I'm just going to use this beginners course in order to add the background image for the file. What we have to do is, first, you can add your image in two types. One is from the browser and the other type is from the local location. So first let us see from the local. All you have to do is, you have to see that the image that you want to add in your program, add to the background of your page, should be in the same folder where your index.html is. And here I also have an image. So this image I want as the background for my page. So this is the image I have. This image, to add it in that, what you have to do is, first right click on that image, go to the properties of that image. You can see the name of the image. Copy the name of the image, paste in your page, add extension for that image. The extension for this .jpg. As we can see here now, it is .jpg, and now you can see that I have the image here loaded. What I'm going to do is, I'll just open it in the live server. Now you can see that the image is given here. Now there is something that is basic to advanced, is that it is being cut off, and here the part is also being cut off. Now the image that I have used here, it is in the size of 190 into 1080 pixels. Now what if the image is not in full HD format? For example, now what I'm going to do, I'll just be taking an image from the online browser. I'll just use a Pixabay and I'll download an image. Now this image doesn't seem that it is in. Okay, let me just download this image. I'll save this image as, and I'll save it in HTML folder itself here, and I'll give the name as Ellie, and I'll save it. Now since this has been downloaded, now what I'm going to do is, I'll go to my Visual Studio Code and I'll give here as Ellie.jpg. Or you can see that if I just type Ellie, it is showing me that okay, this is present. Now let me open this, put it in the live server. Now you can see that this image is being repeated 4 times here. Why is this image repeated 4 times? Because of the size of this image, because the size of the image is not as big as the wall screen of an image. It is not a 1920 into 1080 pixels. It is not full HD. So this image is being cut down. So this is how the small size images are going to fit in your background with the help of HTML. So if we want to have the full coverage or the full cover wallpaper with the same thing, then we have to study CSS for it, where you are going to have certain properties in which they are going to align or they are going to arrange. Those properties are going to arrange any of your photos to cover your background complete. This is a one way how you can use your images. There is another way how you can use your images from online itself. Just right click on the image that you want, you have to copy the image address. Just copy the image address. Go to your Visual Studio Code. Just paste it over here. So once when you're going to paste it, background, whichever image background you want, that will be added to your screen here. Let us see it in Visual Studio. Just pause it, open with the live server, and here you have. Since the image is being small in its width also and the height as well, so it is using 6 of it. This is how you can add image for your background. Based on the size of the image, the background is going to take the image. Next, we have a certain tags here. The first tag is a text abbreviation tag. Abbreviate a text by putting it inside the opening tag. So my best friend's name is, the abbreviation title will be Rohit and there will be a nickname that is ABR. What do you mean by text abbreviation? Text abbreviation is the shortcut of that text or the short form of that text. In the usually we say it as a short form for a text. Now what I have done for Rohit, I usually use Rohini, right? So now this Rohini, whenever you're going to click on this Rohini, only I know that it is Rohini, right? Now, if I'm going to click or if I'm going to hover on this Rohini, then it should tell me that it is Rohit. Now, anybody is going to understand that, okay, this is fine. Fine, this is Rohit. Now, that is a short form. For example, if you have MSG, the full form of this MSG is a message, right? Whenever you are going to write in your text, so this is a text abbreviation. Now the another tag is there that is called as acronym. So what is the difference between the text and an acronym? Acronym always it is indicated by the first letter of a particular word to form its short form. This is the short form which is just formed, but whereas an acronym are the first letters of the each word in that particular sentence which is going to form a short form, that is known as acronym. For example, hypertext markup language, it is an acronym but not the text abbreviation. So in the same way you have many acronyms. For example, I can also give you text you later. So this is an acronym, text you later. So instead of writing text you later, you just write TYL. Or you can also say, but whereas for the text, if you just give TXT, so this will be the text abbreviation. TXT is equals to TXET, text. So this is abbreviation, whereas text you later is an acronym. Let us see this in Visual Studio. So let me just add the text abbreviation here. My best friend's name is. So I'm just going to use the abbreviation. Whereas inside the abbreviation, I have a tag called as title tag, wherein I'm going to write the complete abbreviation name, and then here I'm going to write really, right? Save this. If we are just going to open the preview tab, let us see here. Show preview. So here, if I am going to click on Rohini, now you can see that it is displaying the title which is being added in the opening tag of the abbreviation. In the same way, if you want to write certain acronym in the open tag of your acronym, you need to write title is equals to hypertext markup language. What does this hypertext markup language stands for? So this hypertext markup language stands for HTML. If I'm just going to save this, now if you're going to hover on this HTML, it is going to show you the full form of that HTML. So this is how the acronym and the text abbreviations are used. This is all for today's video. We'll meet again with some more concepts of HTML in the next video.